Ah man, I feel like I need a snack. Like I'm not really hungry, but I kind of am. I feel like I need to eat. I just don't know what I want though. Like I know I need something, I just don't know what. Like I am hungry, but I'm not. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm not hungry. I got all this food in here, but nothing looks good, bub. I know I need to eat. Ridiculous. All this food. I got pantry full of food here. Nothing looks good. That stuff in there is not real food. What are you talking about? This is real food. This is all real food. Everything I have in here is real food. Food is food. Doesn't matter what it is. Calorie is a calorie. A calorie is not a calorie. What do you mean calorie is not a calorie? It's all food. It goes in one end, comes out the other. It's all the same stuff. It's got to satisfy my cravings. That's all I'm looking for. Something to satisfy my cravings. But of all the stuff I have in here, I just can't find anything that's gonna do that. It's ridiculous though. I guess I'm gonna give up. I can't find anything that looks good. I'm done with this for now. I'll come back when I decide what I want. All right, I think I know. I think I'm just gonna eat a little bit of everything. That should satisfy my cravings and I'll be good. Man, I just ate like 2 hours ago and I'm freaking hungry again, man. And nothing sounds good. I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store, bro, because I got all this food in here, but nothing sounds good. There's nothing in here I want to eat. Nothing in there is food. It is food, bub. I don't know why you keep saying that. This is all food. Everything I have in here is food. Calorie is a calorie. It doesn't matter. It's all food. Screw it. I'm just gonna eat everything again because nothing looks good. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of everything and call it a day. That should fulfill me. I just ate and I am hungry again. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm just gonna give up on food. You know there's a reason this is happening. Oh, there's a reason why nothing in here looks good to me? I would love for you to explain to me what that reason is because right now I'm at a loss, bub. I got a freezer full of food. I got a fridge full of food. All my pantries are stocked full and nothing looks good. So please explain to me why I can't find something to eat that's gonna fulfill that craving because right now it just ain't working. All right, sit your craving butt down and I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. So everything you're experiencing right now, these cravings, not being fulfilled, nothing looking good, you are a victim of the industrial food complex. These foods are doing to you exactly what they're designed to do. Your body is responding in a way that it is designed to respond. Everything you're experiencing is supposed to happen. So you are being exploited because of your natural biological traits and being exploited because of the way the food is designed. All right, so I want you to get that in your head right now. That's what's happening. And this is very important. And I want you to think back on when you were a child. Think back to your very first memories. And specifically, think back to your very first memories about food. Now, I want you to think about the foods that you absolutely despised. The foods that your parents had to coax you into eating. And beyond that, I want you to think about the foods that you absolutely refused to eat, the ones you were repulsed by, the ones that no matter how hard your parents tried, they could not get you to eat these foods. All right, now get that in your mind. And I want you to stick with that feeling right now. And I want you to think about everything about that food and what it was about that food that made you repulsed by it. Was it the taste, the texture? Was it the look and the feel of the food? Whatever the reason was, I want you to really think real hard about that food. So now that you have that in your mind, I want to tell you the real reason why you were repulsed by that food. You were repulsed by that food because humans have an innate sense of intuition on what they're supposed to consume. For all of our existence, for the thousands of years we've been on this earth, we have known what we're supposed to eat, and we have known what we are not supposed to eat. This is ingrained in our DNA. If it weren't, none of us would be here. because we would have all eaten things that we weren't supposed to eat, and it would have killed us. And most of those foods would have come from the plant kingdom. Not all of them, because we would have eaten decaying carcasses, rotting flesh. We would have drank water that was completely contaminated, and all these things would have killed us. But there are things in plants, there are things in food in general, that our bodies know we are not supposed to eat. It comes from taste, smell, texture, and just the look of the food. And in the same way that that food is telling you not to eat it, your body is telling you not to eat it, because it knows. We don't give ourselves enough credit about our body, our biological functions, and what it's capable of. But again, those functions, those biological functions, those traits that are ingrained in our DNA got us here to where we are today. So we should really give ourselves all the credit in the world when it comes to this stuff. But we want to discount that, and we just override those tendencies. We override those natural responses, those intuitions, and we eat these foods anyway, even though we know they're not good for us. So over the years, as you were a kid, you were taught to eat these foods because they were healthy. Your parents taught you that, and they were doing good by you. That's what a parent is supposed to do. So it's no fault of their own. They're just doing what they were taught, but somewhere along the way, somebody taught them that these foods were healthy. So everything you were going through just now, all these cravings you were getting, nothing looked good. I want you to think about that, and then think back on your childhood. Think back on those repulsing foods, and think about how these two things might be connected. Nothing in your pantry, nothing in your refrigerator, nothing in your freezer look good, because none of that is actual food. These are food products. These are food products that were designed to override those natural intuitions. They're designed to make you crave them even though they're not food. And even though there's things in there that you're not supposed to be consuming, and things that humans have never consumed throughout our entire existence, these foods are specifically designed for you to consume over and over and over and never feel satisfied, so that you keep coming back for more. Now I want you to do an experiment. I want you to, for 30 days, I want you to remove all of those foods from your pantry. Get them out of sight, out of mind. I want you to replace them with animal foods. Red meat specifically, meat from ruminant animals, eggs, fish, foods that we would have eaten throughout our entire existence. Foods that I guarantee when you think back on, you were not repulsed by. The food you actually looked forward to. And I'm not talking about hyper-processed food. So if you're thinking about ice cream, French fries, pizza, or anything like that, get that out of your mind. The foods I want you to think about and the foods I want you to focus on are the real whole foods. The ones that you simply could not get enough of when you were a kid. Narrow it down to that, and that's what I want you to stock in your pantry. And I want you to eat that for 30 days. And I guarantee that by the end of that 30 days, you can walk up to that pantry and there is nothing in there that is not going to look good to you. In fact, if you focus only on red meat from ruminant animals and you cut all that other stuff out and you do that for 30 days or maybe even 60 to 90 days, let's go that far. If you're willing to make the trek, let's go 60 to 90 days and we'll really see how far we can push this. And if you make it that far, start throwing things like bacon in there. Things like oysters, mussels, add a little variety in there. All these fantastic animal products. Just focus on those. 30, 60, 90 days if you want to push it that far. Do not include any kind of spices. You can salt your food to taste. If you enjoy butter and you do well with that, add that in there. I would avoid conventional milk, conventional dairy altogether. Cheese might be okay if you tolerate it okay. But the key here, and the only rule, is that you don't consume any of that stuff you were just looking at, and you focus only on animal products. And I can guarantee that by the end of that 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, the next time you walk up to your refrigerator, your freezer, and you're looking for food, it's going to be extremely effortless. You're going to look in there and you're going to know exactly what to grab. There's going to be no thought process involved, and what you grab out of there, you're going to want, you're going to crave. And not only are you going to crave it, but it's going to make you feel fantastic. And I can guarantee that by the end of that 30, 60, or 90 days, you are going to be extremely surprised and extremely impressed at the positive impacts that making that simple change has had on your overall health. By doing this, you are going to reconnect with your natural intuition that is inside each and every one of us. You're going to form new habits, and you are finally going to break free of the grasp that the industrial food complex has on you. And I want you to do me a favor. At the end of that 30, 60, or 90 days, I want you to follow up with me and let me know what your experience was like. Was I right or was I wrong? I'm not scared of being wrong. So if I was wrong, I want you to let me know that. But I have a feeling I won't be. Oh man, about dinner time. Guess I'll get you something to eat. What you got there, buddy? Oh, this? Yeah, so I've got chicken leg quarter here and a couple pork chops. I had ground beef for breakfast this morning, so it's been a while since I've had chicken and pork. Opened the freezer this morning, sounded good, so I got it out, been thawing it out. I'm gonna cook it out back on the grill. Interesting, so I was right. Yes, all right, so I guess you were right. I mean, it's pretty simple. I walk in here, the food, it looks good, so I get it out, I eat it, it makes me feel really good. I don't get cravings, I'm never hungry, nothing else in the house sounds or looks good, so yes, you were right. Okay, I said it. All right, now get out of here so I can eat.